shakalaka, after the market crash of 2021, where Bitcoin and altcoins dropped roughly 50%, some more, some less. Well, after that, people aren't really sure whether the price is going up or whether the price is going down. In today's video, I'm going to go over 4 scenarios for exactly what's going to happen with Bitcoin in 2021. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we are talking about 4 Bitcoin scenarios, how 2021 will end for crypto. Before we get into that, guys, make sure to head over to Twitter. Join us at the Crypto Love, where every Friday we give away one of these sweet shirts. Also, like, subscribe, click the notification bell. And also, today's video is sponsored by SMARTKEY, so stay tuned till the end for a review of SMARTKEY. Now, what's going on with Bitcoin? Well, I'll tell you what's been going on. Since about the middle of April, the price has been going down. And it stinks. It went down 50%. Some people think the market's going to continue going down. Some people think this is just a little bit of a pullback and a rally. And other people think there's manipulation or maybe a mix of all of those. Well, in today's video, we're going through 4 scenarios for exactly what happened with Bitcoin and where the price could potentially go. So let's get into it. First scenario would be the bullish scenario. Okay, let's take a look at this scenario. So the price pulled back, but hey, there was a lot of euphoria at that time when Bitcoin was $65,000. We needed a price pullback. We needed some consolidation. We needed to shake the trees. And if we take a look at that over on this chart, we would say, hey, you know what? This could be panning out to be something like what happened back in 2013. These people who think the market is still bullish, they're probably in this area of the psychology of a market cycle, saying, hey, this rally is for real. It's just got a little bit of a pause for a few months and then it's going to continue. Maybe a little bit belief, time to get fully invested, time to stack your sats, time to build up a bigger portfolio, buy it on a dip, you know? And if we take a look at the Bitcoin Rainbow Cycle price chart, I mean, right now, probably not a bad time to be buying Bitcoin. The fair value of Bitcoin is this bluish to greenish area. Probably not a bad idea to be buying some at this point, considering if we take a look at things, it hasn't really reached the upper red bound, so it looks very, very bullish. Not only that, but if we take a look at the stock to flow model, we can see we're in the yellow here. Never in the yellow was it at the top before, so why in the yellow would it be at the top now? It just doesn't make sense. That seems like we're very, very bullish. And if we take a look at this chart, potentially, this might be what one of these bulls would be expecting. If we go pick bar pattern, and I think that most of the bulls would think we're like right there. So if we take a look and just paste this so right about there, well, we would potentially be heading for a $500,000+ Bitcoin by the end of 2021. So that's really awesome. I would love for that to happen, and I think that would be super great. But that is only one of 4 possible scenarios. Let's delete this so we can pick the next one. The next scenario would be the exact opposite. The bearish scenario, the sky is falling, we reach the top and it's over. Just admit it, it's over. Okay, so if we take a look at that, we can see the price has already crashed 50%. But potentially what could be happening is what happened back here in 2017, where the price crashed quite significantly. It went from 20,000 to, oh, geez, all the way down to 8,000 and back up. But actually it went from 20 down to about 10 and then back up and then came down and then up and down and up and down and up and down. So the bears think, yep, we already peaked. This was the market top right there. It's over. And if we take a look on the psychology of a market cycle, there was a lot of euphoria. When people were buying Dogecoin and Shiba and Elon Musk was being on Saturday Night Live, there was euphoria. I felt it. People were buying Dogecoin and they didn't even know how to pronounce it. They were calling it Doggy Coin. That reminded me so much of 2017 when people were buying Ripple and calling it Ripples, and they were buying Litecoin and calling it Litcoin. It was just like, whoo, same thing. Now, the bears would say, we kind of touched the orange. That was the FOMO intensifies. It didn't get to the sell or the serious sell, but we already, I mean, they're looking at it like, hey, same thing happened here in 2019. Potentially same thing happened here. We're on our way down. We got to wait till the next halving. And if we take a look at the stock to flow model, they're like, look at that. It was close enough to that stock to flow. That's the end. Now we have to wait whole nother cycle. That was it. It's over. Now, if we take a look on this time frame to see where the bears think we would likely be, we select the bar pattern, and I think they would probably say, hey, we're at the top, like right there. So this would be more likely what the price is going to be doing until the next cycle. We can see the price come down, find support on $20,000. Uncanny how that's the support that's found. Then the bottom drops out to about $10,000 before we start coming back up again. And really, we probably won't see new all-time highs until after the next halving, after 2025. So that's the bearish scenario. That one stinks and that one hurts. I hope that's not, but it's certainly possible, because really, who can predict the future? Not I. So that's two scenarios. What's the third scenario? The third scenario is one of my favorites. I think that this one explains it pretty well. We have some pretty serious manipulation going on. I mean, Elon Musk, when he first got into Bitcoin and it was around $45,000, he was saying he thinks he got in too late. Well, he has connections with all these other big swinging dicks, and they all want to make the most money possible. The ones who did not get in yet and saw that, hey, it's likely the price is going to $200,000+ per year, they don't want to buy at $65,000. They want to buy at a significant discount, and I think that could potentially be what caused this. As a matter of fact, you know, some people say this is a textbook Wyckoff distribution, which shows a lot of manipulation going on. So we could see that. Now, in the psychology of a market cycle, for the manipulation, we'd actually only be around the same spot as the bulls, thinking that the market is going to go up higher, just having to manipulate the market so the price drops before we pick up some steam. And if we take a look at this rainbow price chart, we would be saying, hey, this is going way back up higher, way to the reds, but we just need to manipulate this a little bit more to buy it cheap, because, hey, if you bought it at the top there, almost $70,000, and it's going to 160, you would 2.5x your money. But if you bought it at 30 and it's going to 160, you would 5x your money. Why would you not manipulate the market if you could? And if we take a look at the stock to flow model, they're saying, hey, this is pulling back exactly as we wanted. Price is coming back down, and then we'll be able to take off and capture all those gains. And guys, we saw that after the price crashed, Ray Dalio bought in, Carl Icahn bought in, a lot of other whales bought a lot of Bitcoin at the price crash. And something that I would just have to say is that the manipulation may not be over yet, because these manipulators prey on your fear. So if we take a look at the chart, this green head and shoulders pattern is something that was pointed out by Peter Brandt, that's saying, hey, watch out for this. If this happens, this could be cataclysmic for Bitcoin. Now, these manipulators, they may know that, and they may say, hey, Bitcoin's still going up to 200 to 1,000 to $1 million per Bitcoin. Why buy it at $30,000 when we could buy it at $10,000? And you know what they'll do? They'll let the price come up, and then they'll cause it to crash once again, so everyone will say, oh no, this giant head and shoulders has come true. That means the price is going down to -$5. All the chicken littles will run around selling their Bitcoin. The whales will buy it up, and then the price will continue to the hundreds of thousands of dollars per Bitcoin. So watch out for that one, definitely. Now, the last scenario is the one that I think could potentially be the scenario that we might likely see. And I'd like to call it Scenario 4. Now, Scenario 4 is something, oh, and I should show you on the chart, this bars pattern would probably be like what we'd be seeing with the manipulation. Basically, from the black swan event to a white swan event, and potentially we might be seeing the price going up to $500,000 by the end of the year. However, we might see even more dips before it goes down there. So that would be for the manipulation. Now, back to Scenario 4, what I think could potentially happen. I think that potentially we might see something that we haven't seen before in Bitcoin. We've really only had 2 cycles, an N of 2 for Bitcoin. We have 1, 2. This is the 3rd cycle. Okay, and there's sayings that, like, if something repeats once, then it's coincidence, twice is a pattern, 3 times is, I don't know. But basically, we may see something that we haven't seen yet. One thing that I've noted is that this triangle right here, I call it the Bitcoin Bermuda Triangle, because ever since Bitcoin got into there, the momentum died off. And I think Bitcoin price actually has to break out of this triangle, either down to around 24,000 or up right now to about 70,000 in order to actually get some direction, continue the momentum. Because this triangle here, this top here, is formed by this peak right here. These two bottom points are formed by this bottom and this bottom right here. So these are stall points of previous cycles. Bitcoin is stalling again once it's in that triangle. But I think we may see some stuff that we haven't seen before, because there's more players in Bitcoin than ever before. There's more players in cryptocurrency than ever before. This cycle, you can buy altcoins directly. Last cycle, you pretty much had to buy Bitcoin first before you could buy altcoins. So correlation between Bitcoin and altcoins could change quite a bit. Not to mention many more use cases for Ethereum and Ethereum-like projects with DeFi. So we have something that I would like to call scenario 4, because potentially we don't know what's going to happen. Now, where on this chart are we with scenario 4? And honestly, we could be like right up here where the bottom's about to drop off. We could be way down here where we're about to take off. I think with all the money that the US government's been printing, we could potentially be way down here, because you have to look. If you can't hold fiat currencies, what things can you hold? Well, there's real estate, there's gold, there's silver, there's Bitcoin, ETH. You know, what else can you hold that'll hedge against inflation? So those are my 4 scenarios for Bitcoin. I'd like to know which ones you think we are in, whether bullish, bearish, manipulation, or scenario. And I saw a poll the other day where most people think, about 60-some% of the people think we're in a biphasic peak. They just think it has to cool off for a couple months until we see the top. I would just like to remind people that the market can stay irrational longer than you can remain solvent. And most times the market does what will disappoint the most people possible. Now, I am very, very bullish about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, altcoins in the long run. In the short term, I'm just not quite sure what to think of it myself. So thank you for joining us for that video. If you did, like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Now, on to the sponsored portion. SMARTKEY has sponsored this video, and mostly I think because they have this new partnership with Orange, who is one of the largest telecom providers in Europe, and they are looking to bring together blockchain and Internet of Things to bring blockchain of things. And they do a pretty good job. Now, if you want to think about this, think about connecting all your blockchain, all your money on the blockchain, connecting with things like Airbnb, Uber, the bicycle rentals in cities, turning on lights, unlocking doors. And really, there's a lot of smart cities out in the world that could benefit from this technology. Not only that, but their partnership with Orange is actually working to create these SIM cards where it's going to be powered by SMARTKEY. So they have that going on. Now let's take a look at some of the things that they're doing. So SMARTKEY is the only connector that combines the Internet of Things devices with blockchain technology, creating the blockchain of things. The goal is to become the communication standard for IoT devices, just as Bluetooth technology is a standard for wireless connectivity. And if we see, they combine blockchain of things, oracles, DeFi, conditions, and unique NFTs. Now this is interesting use case for NFTs because we saw a big pump in NFTs this year, but this I think would actually, instead of like NFT art, which is just whatever, this is actually real legit use cases for NFTs, at least how I see it. They create NFT access tokens. So SMARTKEY will bring NFT tokens to a whole new level where they'll be used for more than speculation. SMARTKEY technology will bring NFT tokens and real physical value and utility into the world. So basically what they do is they create their SMARTKEY unique tokens, and using the bots, which we'll talk about, these live object bots, we'll talk about that in a minute, oracles and smart contracts, they'll be able to connect you to everything that you do now where you rent, own. So think car rentals, house rentals, all types of stuff, bicycle rentals, all of that stuff in smart cities, and they're aiming to be the one-stop solution for that. Now it seems like with their partnership with Orange, they might have a pretty good chance to be able to do that because Orange has 40% market penetration in many of these places. Like in Poland where they're working on them, I think they have 40% market penetration. They have 2 million machine-to-machine SIM cards. So if we go further, we can take a look at some of the products that SmartKey has been developing, and you can see here their stages of development from this yellow all the way to green release stage. They have a cloud connector which will provide hundreds of cloud-based apps with access to an array of blockchain ecosystems including Ethereum, Polkadot, Tron, and Waves. They have Key Manager is a control panel dedicated to service providers. It allows generate access for keys of devices and manage IoT devices that are using our connectors. And then there's a wallet, so potentially you have a lot of keys. Like let's say you have a lot of residencies and you just keep the smart keys for those, and you have a smart key for your car, and you could just have them all stored in your wallet. Not only that, they have things for businesses, the modules dedicated to partners and service providers, and have a lot of assets that could benefit from being connected to the blockchain ecosystem. They have rentals, so they're already working with Kia and a lot of car rental places to be able to, you can just purchase your NFT for whatever car you want, and then you don't have to go through the whole line or anything. You just go unlock your car with your NFT. Then access to services, think Airbnb, you book the place, you pay for it in crypto, SmartKey connects that, you go to your lodging and you just open up the door with your phone. And also rescue, they had something in an area of Poland where they enabled rescue vehicles to be able to get into gated communities to help the people be saved a lot quicker than waiting outside. So those solutions they have working already. You can see their block explorer right here with 10-second blocks right now on testnet it looks like. And the biggest thing that they have right now is this, the announcement with Orange. So Orange is one of the biggest telecom providers in Europe, and they're creating these machine-to-machine SIM cards powered by SmartKey. So it's going to allow for smart cities. Basically, you're going to be able to go everywhere using your SmartKey enabled device, your SmartKey SIM card, and open doors, unlock things. So it connects with Orange's Live Objects platform, enabling all IoT devices to be managed via the blockchain. And we can see here, this is Orange's Live Objects. So that's the technical side of that. We have the SmartKey blockchain, so it connects devices with SmartKey blockchain network, allowing users to manage devices, access payments, and connect to dApps in the smart ecosystem, tools and services, blockchain of things SIM, and NFTs. And furthermore, let's see, where do we go? Not only that, but if we take a look at the technical aspects of it, basically all they're doing is they're trying to connect the things that we use, so all of these applications, think Airbnb, Uber, accessibility, to our phone, our cryptocurrency, and they're doing everything in the middle, connecting all of that. They want me to kind of show you these technical pages, and you can read through those in their white paper on your own. But also, we can see they have a lot of partners. So if we scroll down here to the partners, they're partnering with Chainlink for Oracle services, Database or GeoDB, also Wekta, so a leading intercoms manufacturer in Poland, also Teltonika, so the best-selling GPS trackers, Ferguson, and also Ferrum Network. So they do have a lot of partnerships out there. Now, if we take a look at SmartKey token itself, right now you can find it on KuCoin, Uniswap, and Probit Exchange. And overall, the price in US dollar comparative has been acting somewhat as a oscillator, oscillating back and forth. In terms of where it's been overall in the year, it's right around in the middle, from a low of 13 cents to a high of 55 cents. But if you wanted to consider investing in it, you would go over to KuCoin or Uniswap. So that is all for the SmartKey review, aiming to connect blockchain, Internet of Things, and NFTs to enable us to access the services that we want through the blockchain and Internet of Things. So thank you very much for sponsoring the episode. Thank you for watching the episode. If you want to check out SmartKey, you can go to their website, smartkeyplatform.io. There will also be a couple links in the pinned comment. I will catch you guys later. Have a good one. Peace.